per month, 4.99 per month in second country. The important thing is that what we really try to do is to set up the biggest paid content experiment in the world. So we are not only charging for articles, we are not only charging for videos, but we are trying many different things. So for example, we are trying to move away from this binary view of the paid content, like either it's paid or it's not. So we are playing quite a lot with for how long it should be paid. Like some articles are paid for first 8 hours, some are paid for 24 hours, 2 weeks, 1 month, and so on. We are seeing quite interesting results, like where you should really set it to have the optimal level of revenues. We have other services included, like personalization. If you pay, you can personalize the homepage, for example. We are charging, this is quite, I always get quite strange looks here. Some newspapers are charging people if they want to comment on their articles. The reason why they are doing this is not so much to get revenues, it never hurts to get revenues, but this is mostly for actually raising the quality of the discussion. If people are authorized and there is a payment behind them, they start behaving quite different. We also have ad-free versions, Kindles, apps, and so on. The important thing is that the publishers or the media still have a lot of flexibility. So some usually smaller ones are putting most of their content behind the wall. The big ones sometimes put 3%, 10%, 5%. It's really up to them how they set the system. Then we bundle it together and sell it as one package. The important thing is that we are not really trying to set up, create a new payment technology. I think there are a lot of payment technologies in the world, and quite a few of them can be even better than what we have. What the media really need is not the technology but the advice. So we try to set a system where they can learn from mistakes of the others, where we come to them and say, we have these 70 services, and we know that if you have a combination of this kind of content, this kind of traffic, this kind of brand, then it will probably work like this, or it will not work at all, and please don't really do something else. This is the most important part, actually, the combining of the know-how. So how are the revenues shared? It's quite simple. If I'm a reader, I go to your site, I pay there. 40% of the revenues from this payment goes to you, as I paid on your site. Another 30% is divided based on where I spend my time. So if I spend all the time at your site, you get everything. If I spend some time on some other sites as well, then it's split. The remaining goes to PR Media as the operator of the system. Yes, I always get this question in UK, so I had especially added this slide. It might sound like a cartel from far away. We actually have a written ruling from the antitrust authorities saying that this is perfectly legal in the European anti-competition frameworks. Okay, quickly about the results. No numbers, so I will just sum it up very quickly. In the first month, in both countries, what we made is basically you can, from the revenues in the first month already, you can afford roughly 25 to 40 journalists, salaries of 25 to 40 journalists in the system. And the biggest Slovak newspaper actually has like 70 journalists, so it's, I think it's pretty good result. We have some comparison with the media who had the old payment system and switched to Piano, but I will just jump through it. Okay, what happened to the traffic? This is an important one. Quick answer is nothing. It's definitely, we have proven, these are audited data, so anyone can check it. We have proven that after 10 months, it's definitely possible to set up a paywall or set up a payment system that will not hurt traffic on your site. There are some others that manage to do it, most of them don't manage, but it's definitely possible. So if someone is telling you, the traffic will go down, so you actually have to choose if you want money or if you want audience, it's not true. It's actually, if you do it right, it's possible to do it like this. Okay, there are of course a lot of surprises, so I will just speak about two interesting ones. This is probably the ugliest site you have ever seen. It's like RSS reader. The interesting thing is that all the articles here are actually free, but if you want to view them like this, then this is paid. How insane the idea is. Like there is no input from the editors or from the journalists. It's just a different way of how to put together the articles. By doing the analysis, we actually found out that actually the traffic patterns to this site are so different from the rest of the site that people would be willing to pay for. So we put it there. Normally, you wouldn't charge only for this, but if it's one of the 70 services, the risk is low. You just put it there. If it doesn't work, you take it out. And this is one of the examples that works contrary to everyone's expectations. So you should be really careful that when setting up a system, your editors, what your editors think that is most valuable is quite often very different from what the readers think is valuable. Sometimes you actually have things you would never think about charging for, but actually people have no problem paying for them if you just have the right idea and if you just ask them in the right way. Another second interesting thing is that this is the actual number of payments on one of our partner sites. So red one, they have some big service in red, they have some free small ones, and the blue one is actually number of payments on the sites which are not paid, which are free. And this sounds quite strange, because normally you would expect that people pay for something when they need it. Like, I hit the paywall and I need it, so I pay. Majority of payments are already happening outside of the paid zones. So people actually pay at very different moments. And it's quite similar to cable TV if you think about it. So no one really needs 100 channels in TV. You are buying 100 because you want to make sure that if in 2 months you actually need this one, then you will have it. So by this graph, we actually found out that it's definitely not the articles that we are selling. The economics of selling articles is not very good. It's actually, we are selling the peace of mind. We are selling the peace of mind that if you are on the internet a lot, you should buy this package because then you will have everything. And people don't exactly know what is there, but they know that, okay, this is a national standard, so I just buy it and I don't have to think about it. So, quick summary, we think we have proven that more people pay in this national model than in individual systems. We think the most important part is actually the media learning from mistakes of others, not doing it everyone their own mistakes, through some shared data and some shared knowledge. It's possible to do it without affecting any revenues, and it's possible to do it without affecting the traffic numbers. These are just some of our happy customers. So this is our plan for world domination. At the moment we are running 2 pilot countries. By the end of this year we will be probably running 5 European countries. At the end of next year we want to have 10. The important thing is that this is not really about creating, like, let's all agree that we will do this on the market. It will never happen. You will never get everyone. In Slovakia, actually, the single biggest publisher is outside of the system. In Slovenia, top 3 online sites, which are not connected with publishers, are outside of the system. We're kind of worried how this would work, but people are not concerned at all. It's just a matter of putting a few media together to create a package where people see the value. Now, how about the big countries? When we are thinking about UK or US or France or Germany, we have talks with publishers about 3 different things, 3 different models. One is the national model that I talked about. Another one could be a regional model to start in some region where you usually only really need 1 or 2 media to create something that involves most of the regional press. And the third possibility, which also some media are interested in, is basically creating some horizontal packages. Like if you have 20 sports magazines and you take 10 or 8 of them in one package, then suddenly it becomes much more interesting for each of them the revenue they can get from the system. So to avoid the terrible fate of one of my colleagues, that's my last slide. So I think I'm happy to take questions.